Assalamu alaikum students. Today we are going to continue with the same topic, The Day the Dam Broke by James Thurber. In the last lecture I explained you that the east side of the town had never been in any danger at all. And according to James Thurber, if the water level could have risen from 95 feet, then it was possible that the high street could have been flooded. Then he continues, the fact that we were all safe as kittens under a cook stove did not, however, assuage in the least the fine despair and the grotesque desperation which seized upon the residents of the east side, when the cry spread like a grass fire that the dam had given way. Some of the most dignified, staid, cynical, and clear-thinking men in town abandoned their wives, stenographers, homes, and offices and ran east. There are few alarms in the world more terrifying than the dam has broken. There are few persons capable of stopping to reason when that clarion cry strikes upon their ears. Even persons who live in town no nearer than 500 miles to a dam. So here he explains that the fact that all of the people in the town were safe as just like kittens under a cook stove. It's an expression to explain that how safe you can be. Even knowing the fact, maybe it existed that they were not in any kind of danger. This fact remains there. It never ceased or stopped the despair, which actually have seized the whole town under it. That desperation, that troublesome situation which have occurred, it has actually taken over and had a hold over each and every mind of the people in that town. And all the residents were running like crazy. Even from the east side and from the other places, they were even the faraway places from the dam, they were also running towards the east. And this rumor actually spread like grass fire. That it's another expression. It helps you to explain that if one twig of the dry grass, when it catches fire, it spreads in the whole forest and the whole area where there is dry grass. So it spreads very rapidly and you cannot stop it. So according to James Thurber, this rumor actually spread like a grass fire and that the dam had given way. And then he says that even the dignified, the reasonable, the most clear-thinking people of the town have abandoned their homes, their family, their staff, and they were running towards east. There was no sensible person over there, or even if they have existed, they were not thinking very clearly at that moment. And he says that there are few alarms in the world which could be, more terrifying than the dam is broken alarm. And in such situations, even in such situations where the most danger or more dangerous alarm have gone, there must be some people who could have thought about it or reasoned about it, that whether it is right or wrong. But on that particular day, it never happened. Clarion cry means that the loudest cry ever possible. So it is very sharp and very loud. So he wants to explain it here that even in most dangerous situations, if it is in any city, the people over there are some people who would actually think reasonably about it. But what happened on that day was totally out of control situation. Nobody was thinking clearly, and everybody, even if you consider that there were some people who are very wise and sound-minded, they were all running towards east like crazy. The Columbus, Ohio broken dam rumor began, as I recall, it about Noon of March 12, 1913. High Street, the main canyon of trade, was loud with the placid hum of business and buzzing of placid businessmen arguing, computing, wheedling, offering, refusing, compromising. Darius Coningway, one of the foremost corporation lawyers in the Middle West, was telling the Public Utilities Commission in the language of Julius Caesar that they might as well try to move the Northern Star as to move him. Other men were making their little boats and their little gestures. Suddenly somebody began to run. So, now explaining the whole situation, the fact and reality, James Thurber is now going to tell you that what happened on that particular day. Back to that same scene again. And he says that if he recalls it very clearly, this a rumor which broke out, it was exactly in the afternoon, and it was March 12, 1913. And the high street, the main street where all the business occur, that means there are main offices of every big corporation and there is a business going on. Everything was going on as usual. The businessmen were arguing with each other. There was a computing work is going on, and there is a name given, Darius Coningway, one of the most foremost corporation lawyers, was also actually talking to the public that they rather move the Northern Star as to move him. You know, that grand talk, just like Julius Caesar has given to his people. This is what was going on. The usual stuff, the usual marketplace, the usual business place was moving as any other day it could be going on over there. And then what happened? Suddenly somebody began to run. It may be that he had simply remembered all of a movement and engagement to meet his wife, for which he was now frightfully late. Whatever it was, he ran to Broad Street, probably toward the Marmor restaurant, a favorite place for a man to meet his wife. Somebody else began to run. Perhaps a newsboy in high spirits. Another man, a portly gentleman of affairs, broke into trot. Inside of 10 minutes, everybody on High Street, from the Union Depot to the courthouse, was running. A loud mumble gradually crystallized into the dread word dam. The dam has broke. Now, what is happening here? He says that out of nowhere, suddenly one person was running at one direction. Maybe he has missed some appointment with his wife, and his direction was towards a very famous restaurant where the husband and wives meet, and they have a lunch, dinner, whatsoever. On the same way, there was another boy who starts running in high spirits, because newsboy usually throw the newspapers to the market, to the houses, so he probably is running for the same reason. And then another man, a portly gentleman, that means a good fine gentleman, start trotting means to run. And within 10 minutes of time, everybody was running on High Street. And in this running, a loud mumble, a loud noise crystallized into one word, damn. And the whole phrase turned out to be, the dam has broke. This actually happened. So you can't point out that who started the rumor. It was just under this chaotic scene that this materialized, this word, that dam, and the dam has broke. So it happens just like that. So it was not clear that who actually did it. The fear was put into words by a little old lady in an electric, or by a traffic cop, or by a small boy. Nobody knows who, nor does it now really matter. 2,000 people were abruptly in full flight. Go east was the cry that rose. East, away from the river. East to safety. Go east, go east, go east. And then he says that this phrase was a fearful phrase was put into words, maybe like by that old little lady who was on electric chair, or it could be a traffic cop or a small boy. Nobody knows that who was that person. But then it doesn't even matter, because in 10 minutes 2000 people were abruptly running towards east, and they were all going towards the east because that's the safety. It is away from the river. Black streams of people flowed eastward down all the streets leading in that direction. These streams, whose headwaters were in the dry goods stores, office buildings, harness shops, movie theaters, were fed by trickles of housewives, children, cripples, servants, dogs, and cats slipping out of the houses past which the main street flows, shouting and screaming. And the picture he has given, it is just, you can say it's an analogy of the stream, of the real water streams feeding the main river, and the main river is flowing down to the sea. This is the analogy which is used here when he says that at this moment all the black streams, that means of course if you look from above, the people were all looking black because of course of the hair color. Everyone was out in the street and running, and it seems that the stream of people were flowing from streets to the main high street and towards the east direction. And he says that the headwaters, from where these streams were being fed, were the office, buildings, house, and every kind of people were moving out towards the street. Housewives, children, even the pets, servants, cripples, who everyone possible can run is out on the street. And they were all shouting, and they were all screaming, and they were all moving towards the east. Now let me explain it more clearly. जेम्स थर्बर ये कहते हैं कि ईस्ट साइड बहुत सेफ थी. अगर पानी कुछ 95 फीट से ऊपर होता तो शायद सैलाब आ जाता हाई स्ट्रीट पे. लेकिन ये जो रियलिटी थी कि वो सब कुछ बहुत सेफ्टी में थे, सब कोई बहुत सेफ्टी में थे. ये सेफ्टी भी उनको उस पैनिक और उस खौफ से बचा नहीं सकी. और वो जो खौफ था वो इतना ज़्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग था कि उस वक्त किसी भी सेंसिबल शख्स ने उस वक्त रुक कर ये नहीं सोचा कि क्या ये पॉसिबल है, क्या डैम वाकई में टूटा है, या पीछे से सैलाब आ भी रहा है पानी का कि नहीं. ये सब कुछ किसी ने नहीं सोचा. फिर जेम्स थर्बर कहते हैं कि शायद इससे भी ज़्यादा खौफनाक किस्म के अलार्मिंग सिचुएशन दुनिया में हुई होगी, और उन सिचुएशन में भी कुछ सेंसिबल लोगों ने रुक कर ये तो सोचा होगा कि ये सही है या गलत. लेकिन उस दिन ओहायो सिटी में ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ था. किसी ने भी रुक के ये नहीं सोचा कि ये गलत भी हो सकता है, क्योंकि उस वक्त खौफ तारी हो चुका था, वो उसके ग्रिप में आ गए थे. और उस वक्त एक सेंसिबल शख्स भी जो समझा जाता था अगर उस टाउन में, तो वो भी भाग रहा था सब कुछ छोड़ के बदहवास, अपने बीवी बच्चों को, अपने ऑफिस के स्टाफ को, सबको ही लोग निकले हुए थे. पुलिस हो गई, जो भी हो गया, सब भाग रहे थे. तो यहाँ पे जेम्स थर्बर ये एक्सप्लेन करते हैं कि ये सिचुएशन क्रिएट हुई थी उस दिन. फिर वो आपको वापस उसी सीन में लेकर जाते हैं कि वो स्टार्ट कब हुआ था. फिर वो ये कहते हैं कि ये सब कुछ जो तमाशा स्टार्ट हुआ था वो उस वक्त आफ्टरनून था, यानी कि दोपहर का वक्त था. उस वक्त मेन स्ट्रीट जहाँ पे बिज़नेस होता है, जहाँ पे ऑफिसेज हैं, मेन बिल्डिंग्स हैं, वहाँ पे मामूल के मुताबिक सारे काम चल रहे थे. उसी में सबसे बड़े बड़े लोग, कॉरपोरेशन के लॉयर्स भी बड़े ज़बरदस्त किस्म की स्पीच लोगों को दे रहे थे कि सितारे हटा दो और हमको कोई नहीं हटा सकता. इस तरह की भी बातें हो रही थी. और छोटे मोटे लोग जो अपने बिजनेस में लगे हुए थे, सब कुछ कारोबार चल रहा था आम जैसे चलता है हर रोज़ का. फिर उसमें से ऐसा हुआ कि एक शख्स भागा एक रेस्टोरेंट की तरफ, जहाँ शायद उसका इनका ख्याल है कि वो अपनी बीवी से मिलने जा रहा होगा और लेट हो गया होगा, और उसी चक्कर में वो भाग रहा होगा उस तरफ. फिर उनके भागते भागते में एक बच्चा जो था, जो शायद न्यूज़पेपर अखबार फेंकता था, वो भी भाग रहा था साथ में. वो भी हाई स्पिरिटेड, यानी कि काफ़ी अच्छी, उसमें वो भी तेज़ तेज़ भाग रहा था. फिर उसके साथ ही एक अच्छे खासे शख्स यानी जेंटलमैन, एक अच्छे मोजिस से शख्स भी थे जो वो भी एकदम से भागना शुरू हुए, और उनके साथ ही साथ जैसे कि 10 मिनट के अंदर सब कोई भागना शुरू हो गए। और उस सारी भगदड़ में एक आवाज़ उठी, डैम, और उसके साथ आया द डैम हैज़ ब्रोकन। अब ये जो फ्रेज था, उसको खौफ वाले सेंटेंस में या खौफ ज़दा हो कि किसने ये सब कुछ बोला, शायद वो कोई एक बूढ़ी औरत थी जो इलेक्ट्रिक चेयर पे बैठी हुई थी, शायद माजूर जो होते हैं वो इलेक्ट्रिक चेयर यूज़ करते हैं, या वो कोई एक छोटा बच्चा था, या वो कोई पुलिस वाला था, वो कुछ नहीं पता कि किसने ये खबर उड़ाई थी, अफवाह उड़ाई थी। लेकिन फिर थर्बर कहते हैं कि उसकी कोई ज़रूरत भी नहीं है जानने की, क्योंकि उस 10 मिनट के अंदर जो तबाही होनी थी वो हो गई थी। यानी जो लोग भाग रहे थे पागलों की तरह, उसको रोका नहीं जा सकता था। तो ये र्यूमर किसने ब्रेक की, किसने कहा, किससे फैली, ये सब कुछ रह गया पीछे। और उस 10 मिनट के अंदर जो होना था वो फिर वो एक्सप्लेन करते हैं कि ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे कि स्ट्रीम्स यानी कि पानी की जो नहरें होती हैं वो निकलती हैं छोटी होकर, और फिर वो मेन रिवर यानी कि मेन दरिया में जुड़ जाती हैं, और फिर दरिया समंदर में उतर जाता है। तो वो इसकी तशबीह लेकर करते हैं यहाँ पे, और वो ये कहते हैं कि लोगों का जो सिलसिला चला आ रहा था स्ट्रीट से और मेन हाई स्ट्रीट पे और ईस्ट की तरफ, वो ऐसे ही लग रहा था कि जैसे नहर जो है वो एक मेन स्ट्रीट यानी कि मेन दरिया को फीड कर रही है। फीड इज़ अ वेरी जोग्राफिकल टर्मिनोलॉजी टू एक्सप्लेन के हाउ द वाटर फीड द मेन रिवर, द स्ट्रीम्स फीड द मेन रिवर। तो यहाँ पे उसी टर्मिनोलॉजी को यूज़ किया है कि भागते हुए चले आ रहे थे घरों से, ऑफिस से, हर जगह से, और वो मेन स्ट्रीट में ऐड होते जा रहे थे, और वो स्ट्रीम जो है वो जा रही थी ईस्ट की तरफ। और उसमें सब कोई शामिल थे, यानी कि हाउस वाइफ्स यानी कि घर की ख़वातीन थे, बच्चे थे, इवन क्रिपल्स यानी कि जो माजूर भी थे और अगर चलने फिरने के काबिल थे तो वो भी भाग पड़े थे। आपके नौकर हो गए, आपके सारे ये पेट्स हो गए, डॉग्स एंड कैट्स, और सब कोई जो है बस भाग रहे थे। और इस भगदड़ में एक बहुत खौफ था, सब डर के मारे चीख रहे थे, और ये सब कुछ उस वक्त मंजर हो रहा था। तो ये जो जेम्स थर्बर ने कहा कि इट वाज जस्ट लाइक द हेल हैज़ ब्रोकन इन द सिटी, इफ़ यू वांट टू व्यू द व्हाट इज़ हेल, you could have actually pictured it on that particular day on 13th of 1913 year in Ohio. So this is what actually happened on that particular day. I'm stopping here and we will continue in the next lecture. Thank you.